Bonjour, welcome to Zwift number 39. This is a Zwift Crit Racing Club event for riders 180 to 350 racing score, which is also Cat Day. This was 3 laps around the classic course, which totaled 18.7 kilometers and 161 meters of incline, and we had 27 people enter the race. You can see that it was quite a strong start, but as always, I'm trying to stay up with that front group. I changed my clothing for this one and went for the ZSR Swedish Zwift racing team, and hoping to make a good effort during this race. It's a course that I did a few weeks ago, and just wanting to try and compete with the front riders really. So I've usually always wait till the end of the videos to comment on the subscribe, but I thought I'd throw it in early, see if there's anybody out there who wants to subscribe to the channel and just wants to keep following some of the videos I'm doing. Obviously we're now on the 39th video and I'm putting out two or three a week at the moment, so just wanted to get a few more people subscribing really and just following the videos. So you can see that the front group had slightly distanced themselves there for a few seconds, but I was able to rein it back in. You can see the average watts are quite high, 244, just dropping down again as we ease off. I tend to find that as we go through this tunnel, when I've done this course before, that the pace just eases off from that mass hard sprint at the start. So I was trying to calculate how many riders we had here, and I know some people use Zwift Power Live when they are racing to be able to see exactly what's going on. So I think there was 20 of us out of the 27 who entered. So we're all bunched up now, all using each other's draft. So I think we're set to stay like this for quite a long while. But we'll see what happens. So as we drop down through this minor descent, you can see that for a few seconds there the group was slightly split. I was conscious that sometimes when the pace increases you can get on the wrong end of a split and have a real struggle to catch hold of the rest of the group. But fortunately that wasn't the case in this situation, and that I was able just to continue in this bunch. You can see that the average watts is dropped off considerably now. We're down to 217 average watts, and we will get a power up as we go onto this next banner. I'm not sure whether the person out in front was in our group or was a back marker from one of the other groups. I'll have to check on that, but here we go. So here's my first power up, which is a feather, which is ideal because this is the 3-lap loop that we'll do with some considerable, well, reasonably considerable inclines in 3 or 4 stages. So here's the first part, which I avoid popping my feather on. I'll usually wait, when I've ridden this course before, until this second longer steeper incline comes along. So I think I tried to pop it late on the first lap in an attempt to get it through not just this first orange section. No, I've contradicted myself. Popped it early just to use it going up the main incline, but I could see that I had some left, so I was thinking next time round would I pop it a little bit later and then use it for this second bit here around the corner. But you can see that I'm putting out some good watts. I'm using that same technique again of just being out of my seat and just pushing hard on my pedals while standing, but not, putting an all-out effort in. But my average watts is well, not doubled, but is considerably higher than my average watts. you'll see from time to time when I need to put the push in that it'll go up to around 350 watts. So I'm probably back in the seat at this time. I'm in a good position here, so I'm not having to put any more effort in than I need to, but you can see that my heart rate is up in the mid 160s, so probably close to where I don't want it to be. But you know, when it's around 170 is where I would be really struggling, but in a good position, but conscious also that the group could split, and you can see on the mini map there is some riders have been left behind us, and it looks as though we're down to about 15 riders now, I would say, and I'm in that front group, so that's really pleasing. And again, pushing out some good watts up over the top. I try and keep it going all the way up over the banner, but have to ease off because I'm a little bit tired. I know there's some downhills to come, and I can use the draft by following some of these other riders. So let's see, I'm 7th, and there's only 1 or 2 behind me, so it looks like I'm in a top 8 position at the moment now. So I think I would have got a power up going through that banner at the start of the Java sprint, but because I had the feather and I was aware that we had the inclines to come, I didn't pop the feather because I might not have got a feather again going up the incline, so I really needed it, so I kept hold of it. So yeah, there's 10 of us out the front. We've got Alex Hazel 7 seconds behind us. He got dropped on the end of the inclines going round on the first time round, but he's hovering around that 7 seconds. He's not losing any time, which is a courageous effort because he's obviously not getting the benefit of the draft. So yeah, here we go. 2 laps to go now. We've been round twice already, and we've got these big inclines to go, so we'll see how this pans out. We've got Davy Fulton out in front at the moment, powering up over the hills. I'm again in the second position, up out the seat and feeling strong, feeling good, making sure that if there's any breaks going to happen, I'm going to be in that front group. So let's just see how it goes and see where I do pop this feather this time round after saying that I would pop it later. So I didn't. So I've contradicted myself twice there. Popped it early, and I won't have it for this second part, but at least I had it for that main part, and I've pushed ahead now, and you can see I'm out in front. There are other riders who are close by, because I'm just conscious that I just don't want to get dropped. I did ease off there, and you can see everyone instantly shot past me, so we've got this long drag up to the Banjo Cafe on the top, on the right hand side, well, almost on the top, but we've got this long drag now where you can just tire very, very quickly, and you can easily just be dropped off if the riders at the front are cracking on with a good pace. And I felt that that was what was happening. You can see there's 2 riders there out in front who've just pushed ahead, and we are all now strung out, and I'm in 7th place, and we've got Arciarella out in front, and is anybody else going to get dropped? Well, we've just dropped Norm Russell, as well as S. Norlung, who has dropped off to 6 seconds behind us on this incline. So 4, 6, 7, and then Richard Gibb 8 on this last little stretch up over the bridge, where you can put in around about 10-15 seconds worth of effort just to get yourself up over the top, and then you can ease yourself down the downhill on the other side. So 460 watts as we come up over towards the banner. It does flatten off here, so you can just ease off here. But in a perfect world, I would have liked to have carried on pushing for a few more seconds just until we got to the descent. So 8 of us left now with 7 kilometers to go, about a lap and a half to go. So as we enter the Jarvis sprint, you can see that I've got a power up, which is the drafting boost, which I decided to pop on this occasion for completely the opposite reasons to why I kept hold of the feather last time. I wanted the feather going up the hill. So I've popped my drafting boost, which is effective because I'm up on the flat, and you can see that I've also got a feather which will benefit me as I go up that last incline for the final time. So as we hit the bottom of the slope now, let's see what happens. Let's see who makes a push for it. Joe Allenson pushed forward there very briefly, but then Richard Gibb is at the front. But I'm feeling strong here, so I hit the front. I don't want to be left. I'm attempting to see if anybody can be distanced by me putting in a bit of an effort and trying to snap the band between us, the 8 riders at the front. So there's one incline we've manoeuvred past, but I eased off for a few seconds. But on that second slope, I push hard up around the 450 watts again, and I'm leading, followed closely by Richard Gibb again, who also has Davy Fulton and Daniel TV Wren behind him. But you know, we're all there now. Clement Tuarty, he's also just gone past me, and I find myself at the back of all of these riders now. That was a back marker who you just saw go off the screen, so don't be concerned over him. We haven't dropped anybody. There's still 8 of us out in the front, and we're all completely stretched out. So I'm thinking, oh my goodness, am I going to be able to hold on to this? But very soon after that, as we go past the Banjo Cafe again, I'm working hard to just keep hold of their tails, because I know that if I can get over the top with some of these riders and in a front group, then I should be able to hold a good position down towards the finish line. If I get distance before we get to the top, then I'm not going to be able to keep hold of any of these riders. So here we are just before the bridge, the final incline of the race. I'm trying to keep a good position. Somebody on the left hand side, I think it's Arcerelia, he puts a good push in. Is he going to make a dash for the finish? No, it appears that he's just eased off again and allowed the rest of us to come up. But I am powering up right over the top nice and strongly here. So in second or third place as we went through the banner, Davy Fulton's leading us down the down slope. But numerous riders around us, including Giovanni Janssen at the back there, the rider from Belgium. So, yeah, just keeping a very, very close eye on what's going on around me now. We've only got 1.8 kilometres to go. I'm in a reasonably good situation here. I feel okay. But we are stretching out, and I keep thinking that some of these riders who are more powerful than myself will be able to just move ahead. But then I find myself in a super tough position as I power off down to the front. Here we go. Here comes Richard Gibb. Gibb goes past me, and Clement Tuati as well. And we're all in a position here where we can potentially all compete for first place. So I just pop a drafting boost down there with under a kilometre to go. Arcelia goes off the front. Richard Gibb tries to follow him, as does Daniel TV Ren. And then also Giovanni Janssen goes past. So there's 4 ahead of me at the moment, and I'm really struggling to keep hold of anybody. Joe Allison's also gone past, so I'm slipping back gently. I am trying to put out a considerable amount of watts. I accidentally scrolled too far forward and missed the leaders, so I scroll back to myself and don't really catch who went over the finish line first. But you can see there actually that Giovanni Janssen took the first place in that sprint finish, so well done, Giovanni. I'll go through the final positions now on the data from the companion app. So here it is. First over the line, Giovanni Janssen. Then we had Richard Gibb second. Then we had Daniel TV Ren, both 4 seconds behind the eventual winner. Then we had Arcerella over the line in 4th, 5 seconds behind the leader. Then Joe Allison 5th. Davy Fulton came over the line in 6th. Then Clement Tuate was 7th, followed by myself. So I was really pleased with that 8th position. Felt as though finishing with the front group was a really pleasing result. Then we had Norm Russell coming over in 9th, and then after him Alex Hazel in 10th. So overall a really pleasing race, finishing with the front group. Legs felt strong, was able to push hard up the hills, and was pleased, and I'll take that into the next race going forward. So please subscribe. Hope you watched the video all the way to the end. Subscribers are very much appreciated, so if you've done that, thank you very much, and look forward to catching you again. Bye bye.